So Twitch may be implementing this new ability to be able to use your earned revenue to purchase subscriptions and potentially other paid products like Bits or Turbo on the platform using money that you've earned as a creator. If you don't hit your $50 threshold, which is the minimum amount that you need in order to get paid out by Twitch directly through PayPal or wire transfer or whatever, then that money would then become a spendable balance. And the idea being that after you've cleared the time frame of when they would typically have paid you out, then that money becomes available to use. And I guess I've seen a lot of different questions about it online and whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. And I think everybody's kind of going one way or the other. Some are seeing it as a great idea. They can finally use the $20 that they made 6 years ago that's just been sitting in their wallet. And then others going, well, this is very predatory to creators and it's just going to benefit Twitch. So the question then becomes, why would they do this? And there's kind of two answers that I can kind of think of here that make the most sense. The first being an economic principle called the velocity of money that basically estimates how much movement money has in an economy. So in other words, how many times it is spent over and over and over again. For example, in an economy, your boss may pay you, you then pay a grocery store pays a wholesaler pays the farmer pays for their raw materials, and so forth. And so you can see how many times that money actually goes through an economy in each subsequent step. The higher that there is the velocity of money, typically that means the better the economy is doing. This concept also plays out on Twitch in that if I subscribe to a streamer and that streamer subscribes to me, we are effectively passing the same amount of money back and forth to each other, with Twitch taking a cut on both sides of that. We do see that already on Twitch in that a lot of the same money is passed around to a lot of the same people within the Twitch economy. And that kind of ties in with my second point here on why this actually would help with the velocity of money. And that's because streamers stop streaming. And as an example of that, we're going to take a look at some tweets here in January 1st, 2024, showed the Q4 2023 stats, where it showed that Twitch currently has 3.46 million affiliates and 74,000 partners. If we then skip ahead, Q4 2024, we see that Twitch now has 3,378,000 total affiliates, which is a reduction of nearly 100,000 affiliates. And it has 66,700 total partners, which is a reduction of about 7,000 partners. That's about 10% less. Now, if we narrow that down to streamers who are actually active, you can see here that with 10 or more streams, the number of affiliates that were active in Q4 2023 was 747,000 affiliates and 34,000 partners. Skipping ahead to just this last quarter, and that number is 682,000 affiliates and 33,800 partners. So a reduction on both sides. Streamers do in fact stop streaming, and that leaves revenue in their accounts. And whenever Twitch owes money to a creator, whether that's through ads, bits, or subs, that is a debt on their books. Same as when you deposit money into the bank now has a debt to you that they owe you that money. So ultimately, the big question becomes who wins and who loses? And there are both of those in this circumstance to varying degrees. For starters, the big winner in this overall idea, if it does launch, is Twitch. They are the huge winners. There is zero downside for them to do this. They ultimately get more money spent. They get rid of debts off of their books. They get an additional cut of any time that money is ultimately spent on the platform. So when somebody takes their $18 that they earn and they finally spend it to get 2.5 subscriptions to another channel, Twitch gets 2.5 of their cuts, that 50%, and they get the debt off of their books. Twitch is the huge, massive, there's no other person that walks out better than this than Twitch. The next winner on this is obviously bigger creators. With this money that has been sitting in limbo for so long and never getting paid out, now that it's being spent, if it does get spent, if this does actually launch, it would benefit creators who are active on the platform, especially in the early days of this being available for that group of people that have had $18, $20, $25 sitting in their account, they can finally now spend. It may be a short-term windfall when it does officially launch. So that's maybe a pro tip to anybody who is a streamer, is to keep an eye out for if this does launch. try to be live for the potential benefits that it may bring. There's also some knock-on effects from that as well, in that if people are subscribing more frequently, that does have the tendency to encourage other people to do it as well, which is kind of the entire premise behind a hype train, is that if somebody's doing it, other people are going to do it, and it kind of continues this thing into a monetization event. Third, somebody who does spend money for the first time because they had a balance, they've never purchased a sub before, they never purchased Turbo, they never purchased bits, now they do, that gets them in the door to being like, oh, I really actually enjoyed being a subscriber of that stream, I should probably do that again. But overall, there is a loser in this. There is a loser, and it is going to be small, active streamers. Creators who are no longer active, there's no downside there. They get to use their overall money. But small, active creators who are sitting at $25 or $30 and they don't think they're going to get a payout, or when they go to check out, they do see that, oh, I can use my active balance. They're probably going to do that. And it's probably going to mean that they never get a payout. Many of them will fall victim to the idea of, oh yeah, I should probably just use that. I'm spending the money anyways, I might as well. If you are going to remain active, if you are going to continue streaming and you're sitting at $20, $30, $35 and you're like, oh, maybe I should do it, I don't think that you should. I think the value of receiving that actual payout is worth way more than the potential to redirect that money. Even if you're going to be doing it anyway, the reality is getting money sent to you actually has significant value for you as a creator. It's like one of those moments as a creator when you get your first payout that is a big thing. It is a big achievement. So I am a little bit concerned about that, and it is slightly predatory in nature that the most uneducated or the newest or the most naive overall might fall victim to this overall scheme to get that money put back into the system. Will you be using this? Are you a former creator that is no longer active that you can finally do something with your balance? Let me know in the comments below. Or do you think that this is a terrible idea overall and you don't want to see it actually happen? I would love to hear your feedback on this. And lastly, make sure to click like and subscribe, ring the bell, and go and sign up for tos.gg, my weekly newsletter that covers everything happening in the streaming and creator space. I think it's an invaluable resource for you as a creator and as community members. And with that, thanks for watching and have a great day.